Hi, I'm Donna Barnes, and in this clip I want to talk to you about falling in love too easily. When you allow yourself to run away with feelings of love too quickly, then you set yourself up for heartbreak. And far too many people go through painful breakups with people that they really didn't even know that well. As a heartbreak coach, I get a lot of people who come to me so heartbroken over this relationship that ended, and I ask them how long it was, and it's like less than 3 months. Well, it takes a true 3 months before you really get to know somebody, before you can even know if you're in love or not. So, yeah, I don't mean to minimalize what you might be feeling, but I'm trying to give you reality so that you can feel better and let go and stop feeling in pain. I encounter far too many clients who are looking for love so desperately, and that as soon as they connect with somebody or have someone connect with them who finds them interesting, particularly if you've been lonely for a while and you haven't had a relationship and you haven't connected, or maybe you just haven't even had sex and you're just feeling that desire to be with somebody. That's a false sense that you created in your mind because you don't want to be alone. It's fear of abandonment that drives that I want to be with somebody feeling, that codependence of wanting to constantly be with somebody and need them, even if you're pretty independent. And you just like knowing that you have the relationship, but you're not really wanting to participate much in it. But then when that person breaks up with you, then all of a sudden you're like, that was the love of my life. I have to have this person back. I can't live without them. Those feelings are not real. And you need to be really strong in yourself in recognizing your true feelings and not allowing your thoughts to trick you into thinking that you're in love with somebody that you're really not. Most psychologists believe that true love doesn't start until that, oh my God, I can't get enough of you phase ends. So that infatuation stage in the beginning of a relationship is a lot of fun, but you don't really know each other yet. And you're really just exploring getting to know each other. So it's impossible to truly love somebody without really knowing them. You start thinking about somebody, oh, I'm falling in love with this person, like when you're sitting in their arms and you're just so happy to be there and you're enjoying it, push the pause button. Tell yourself, this is great. This is a wonderful moment. I'm so enjoying this. But don't mistake that for love. That's not love. That's admiration. That's cuddling. That's romance. That's all good stuff. But it's not love. So really try to keep your feet on the ground and slow down your thinking. When you start dating anybody, when you first meet somebody, try to keep your thoughts in the present. You don't want to be running off with fantasies because your thoughts are your reality. Your perception is your reality. And they've done brain imaging studies where what you think, your brain responds the same way as when you actually do something. So when you first start dating somebody, if you're running all these fantasies, or even just, I like to call it the highlight reel of all the things that you've done together, you start running that through your head, you're throwing off the reality of the relationship. And then you're acting like you're in love, and the person you're dating is still in the reality of that you're just dating. And the real danger is if you're both doing that. Now you're off and running and you're going, oh, this is great. But then that's why most relationships only last 3 to 6 months. Because as you start to get to really know each other, you recognize that you really don't have anything common and you're not right for each other. Chemistry and great sex are all a wonderful part of a relationship. But that's not enough to make a great, long-lasting partnership. And that's what you really want, is a lasting partnership with your best friend that you can't keep your hands off of. So if you're trying to get over somebody and you're really pining for that relationship, ask yourself what it is that you miss most. And if it's sex and physical intimacy that you miss most, then that was just a sex buddy. That wasn't a big love of your life. And you need to recognize that. I'm a big fan of the pros and cons list, right? The pros and cons list. You need to honestly evaluate who they were and what that relationship was. And if you can't say that you felt loved, then that wasn't a good relationship, because that really is the reason to be with somebody, because you love them and because they make you feel loved. And if you don't feel loved, then you don't want to be in that relationship. And I don't think it's better to just be with somebody than to be alone and to be open to somebody that you could really be good with and happy with and truly in love with. So make sure that you're not endowing feelings on somebody that is really just wishful thinking. And keep in mind that it takes a minimum of 2 or 3 months to really fall in love, to really get to know somebody. You can feel like you're falling in love, but to be actually falling in love takes several months, and spending a lot of time together and talking and emotional intimacy and really knowing each other and becoming best friends.